Today we're going to be talking about the derivatives of trigonometric functions. Recall that the derivative of sine is cosine. Now, in addition to memorizing this fact, it's important to understand why it's true. Remember that the value of the derivative of a function is the slope of the tangent line on the original function. So look at the graphs of sine and cosine. Notice that wherever sine has slope 0, the cosine function takes the value 0. Again, wherever the sine function has 0 slope, the cosine function takes the value 0. It's a match so far. Notice also that wherever the sine function is increasing and has a positive slope, the cosine function is positive above the x-axis. And wherever the sine function is decreasing and it has a negative slope, the cosine function takes a negative value below the x-axis. Looking at the graphs helps us understand why this relationship holds, in addition to just memorizing the fact that the derivative of sine is cosine. Similarly, you can convince yourself that the derivative of cosine x is negative sine x. And in fact, there's a helpful pattern to remember there, that the derivatives of the cofunctions all have a minus sign in front of them. What about the derivatives of other trig functions? You need to know facts like the derivative of tangent is secant squared. But in addition to memorizing a fact like this, it's helpful to know where it comes from. Recall that the tangent function can be defined as the ratio of the opposite side to the adjacent side in a right triangle, or equivalently, the ratio of sine x to cosine x. This suggests that we use our knowledge of sine and cosine together with the quotient rule to compute the derivative of the tangent function. So let's give that a try. Using the quotient rule, the derivative of the tangent function is low d high minus high d low. Let's do that. Low d high, derivative of sine is cosine, minus high d low, the derivative of cosine is minus sine. Low d high minus high d low over low low, or the bottom, squared, cosine squared x. Now this is begging to be simplified. The minus signs cancel, and upstairs we can use our favorite trig identity, sine squared x plus cosine squared x equals 1. So the derivative of tangent x is 1 over cosine squared x, or more simply, secant squared.